Said I'd be lit by the end of the summer. And I'm proud that I'm still getting bigger. Going viral is getting them sicker. Like what?
Hey y'all, I'm back. So today's reading is going to be, why do you keep ending up in situationships? Okay, let's see. What's tea? Like, what's really going on? We're gonna have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is gonna be the Rider-Waite Tarot. Pile number 2 is going to be This Might Hurt Tarot. And that's like pile number 3. Pile number 1, Rider-Waite. Pile number 2, This Might Hurt. Pile number 3, the Galaxy Tarot. That's not the real name, but that's what I call it. So you guys can pause to choose. And we're gonna get into number 1, okay? Pile number 1, this is your reading if you chose the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. We're gonna see, why do you keep ending up in situationships? Let's see. Oh, my back kind of hurts, y'all. I keep wanting to sing that song, Help Me. Baby, can you help me? It's TikTok. Blame TikTok. Pile number 1. Let me move these decks over. I don't know, right here. Why does pile number 1 keep ending up in situationships? Ooh, I heard lack of patience. With the 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, we have a Chariot. I heard fear of moving on. Yeah, okay, so with the 7 of Pentacles and the Chariot, it's kind of giving me like, you're a person that really likes long-term stability, and you may stay in situations too long because you feel like, okay, I've invested so much into the situation, so you like wait around to see if it'll grow, and then you wait around to see the potential of like what it is that you've invested into. Yeah. And you may like stay in things for too long. Like as soon as you see that like there's not really any like fertility in the situation, instead of like moving on, you kind of like stay in it because you have like hope that it will turn into something more. Why does pile number 1 keep ending up in situationships? But you have the Queen of Wands, so you're very confident. And that may be the thing. You may be very confident in like what you can attract. Ooh. Look, 7 of Cups. That means like you have options. But like the 7 of Cups also talks about illusions. So it's like, ooh, okay, here's what I'm getting. Like, you're a very attractive person, right? And you have like a lot of confidence, and you like you make a very good partner. But it's like the options that and the people that you choose to like date, it's like you have 3 sevens. That's crazy. 777. So that's significant. And then the only other card is a court card. But it's like I was saying earlier, it's like you see the potential in these people, but it's an illusion. It's like you create like what it is that you want to see, and like make the person that, like you make the person your ideal when the person isn't that. Like in all reality, that's not who they are. Yeah, Queen of Cups. And you're just like a lover. Like you're a lover, so you like see like the best in situations and people, and that's why you keep like ending up in situationships. But at the bottom of the deck you have Temperance, so it's like they're not telling you to change who you are like fundamentally, because fundamentally there's nothing wrong with you, like with the way in which you're like, it's just the way in which you're viewing these things is that's like leading you to being in situationships. It's because you're staying in things too long because you're seeing the potential in them instead of seeing them for what they actually are. Yeah. Okay. So pile number 1. Why does pile number 1 keep ending up in situationships? stab in the back. You have stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Yeah. It's like these things may come to you as a shock because it's like the deception. So you may be attracting like a lot of like deceptive people. We can see why. Why does pound number yeah. Why does pound number 1 keep ending up in situation? Hold on. Pound number 1 keep ending up in situationships. Abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. Yeah. It's like you can manifest exactly what you want. Because it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a very, like, healthy way of going about love. It's just, like, kind of like the people you're attracting and, like, the way in which you're viewing those people. Like, I heard giving the benefit of doubt. Like, no, don't do that. If somebody show you their red flag, they're red flag. You gotta get going. One more card. Why does pound number 1 keep attracting? Why does pound number 1 keep ending up in situationships? I'm looking for my phone now. We have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. And then talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message, arise, text, call, email, hovering. Yeah, okay. So, what I'm getting, oh, you got 4 cards, that's good too. I'm getting this is kind of like maybe a behavior of the past, and it's something that you're coming out of, that you're moving forward from. And the way in which, like, you can avoid this is kind of like advice it's giving. By keeping a positive mindset, you can manifest exactly what it is that you want. Knowing that, like, what's in the past is in the past, and not, like, returning to it, not thinking about it, not revisiting it. Like how it says, grow and transform your life. And by conversing more with people, like, the more in which you talk to someone, the more in which will be revealed. So then you won't be, like, bamboozled. Oh, and then back to, like, staying in situations for too long. You know how people, like, stay in, like, talking stages for, like 9, 8, 10 months, like, stuff like that. It's, like, not doing that. Having, like, a set bar. Because that's why it's saying heartache and pain. Because it's falling over the 7 of Pentacles. It's like, you stay too long. It's like, okay, I'm looking for this. You don't have that. Moving on. Like, that's what it should be. And then you have golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So why you keep ending up in situationships is narcissist, love bombing, everyone a love bombing, and one-sided relationships, because the relationships are not mutual. That's what I'm saying. Like, you keep it attracting. Well, I don't want to say you keep attracting, because I don't like when people be like, it's you're attracting, but like something. I won't say it's like not necessarily something you're. I don't know that to be true. I was gonna say it's not necessarily something you're doing, but I don't know that to be true. But just know, like, there's nothing wrong with you if you like attracting that. Like, that's just people come in your life. You could be a light moth to draw into the flame. You know, so. When you like just being a person, you're gonna attract good and bad. So it's not necessarily something that like is wrong with you, and that's why you're attracting it. So don't think because I'm saying you're attracting it that like it's something wrong with you and stuff like that. So no, that's not the case. It's just like you can avoid this by like talking to these people and like really getting to know them, because that could be a thing. What's creating illusions is because you're not like truly knowing this person on a fundamental like deep level. So anything else for why pound number 1 keeps ending up in situationships? Can you just say like one card? Ooh, jellyfish, going with the flow. Okay, so the other reason why you keep ending up in situationships, yeah, look, alligator. There's like people. Yeah, like deception is really heavy in energy. So there are people who actively like seek out to deceive you. Like, it's something about your energy. It's like because you're such a confident person, it's as if people like want to take that away from you, like drain you of that, strip you of that. So this is advice and also like a reason why. It's more so you need to like be more open to sorry. Y'all need to be more open to going with the flow with jellyfish. I love jellyfish. It's like my new obsession. There's a need to be more of like going with the flow and like not necessarily needing to be in control. And with alligator, there's like trust what you don't see but you feel. If something doesn't feel right, or if you don't feel like happy and abundant in a situation, then that's a telltale sign that it's not for you. Yeah, there's like people who are like in your energy that like seek you out to like tear you down. So be aware of that when it comes to like these romantic situations that you're getting yourself in. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush into anything, but also don't be like in situations for her like extended like periods of time. Like I say talking stage, I feel like 3 to 5 months max. Like anything else, no. It really should be 3 months, but it depends on like, I don't know, factors. Alright, so what advice do you have for pile number 1 when it comes to... Oh yeah, it's another card in here. It's not supposed to be in here. Ooh, 2 of them. Ooh. Look, shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts, and see beyond your current situation. So those might be relevant. I don't know. Pile number 1, what advice do you have for pile number 1 when it comes to why they keep ending up in situations? Nothing is yet set in stone. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're telling you that you're on the right track when it comes to moving out of this energy and moving away from like attracting and being in situationships. But they were saying nothing is set in stone. So even though you're on the right track, there's still like a need to stick to that, because there is still opportunity and chances for you to go back to old ways and old patterns and old habits. So just know the work that you have invested and like put in to step out of this is paying off, but you need to keep going. Yeah, it says it's time to release negativity, and confidence is your key to success. That's what I said. You have the Queen of Wands, so being confident, knowing that you can have what it is that you desire, and that like you're worthy of something more than this bullshit energy people be trying to get for you. Okay. That's what I have for you, pile number 1. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you feel called to. Personal readings in the description below, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye. Alright, pile number 2. This is your reading if you chose the This Might Hurt tarot deck. Let's see. Let me check the timer again. I got 4 minutes. 4. Why does pile number 2 keep ending up in situationships? 9 of Cups in reverse. Let's get all the cards out. Pile number 2. We have the Sun card. We have the 2 swords. And one more. We have the 8 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. I don't know, like for the groups, it's kind of like a lot of positive energy coming out. 9 of Cups in reverse is like a missed opportunity to get what it is that you desire. The Sun is like a very positive card that talks about like abundance and illumination. And then we have the 2 of Swords. And then the 8 of Cups. So I feel like the reason why you end up in situationships is because like you don't see how much abundance that you have. And I heard you don't see not your worth and your value. I wouldn't necessarily you don't see your worth and your value. I feel like you feel like at times it's like I have to settle like for what, I don't know. It's like you will attract a relationship, but it won't be all the way what it is that you desire. So say that like you want a partner that takes you out and takes you on dates and like spends quality time with you, and then you get a partner but they don't do that, but they do like other things that it is that you like. It's kind of like that kind of thing. So then you kind of like convince yourself like you're happy because it's like even though you don't have everything that you want out of the relationship and out of this person, you have some aspects of it. But then it's kind of like you always come to a point where you have to make a decision. Okay, well, this is not fully fulfilling me. So then you end up like walking away from the situation because it's not exactly what it is that you desire and that you emotionally like like that emotion fulfills you on an emotional level, you know. So then you end up walking away from it because it doesn't check all your boxes, and like that's why you end up in situationships, is because it doesn't truly fulfill you all the way. It's like something is always missing from the relationship. And then we have the Queen of Swords, so it's like you make decisive decisions. Yeah. Pound number 2. Why does pound number 2 keep ending up in situationships? Gotta check my time. We have not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call a person, boundaries, still angry. You may end up in situationships because you don't like dealing with conflict. Yeah, because it's like sometimes things will have, or maybe it's like you know, it's not necessarily giving me, it's kind of giving me like why the relationships don't like progress into more. It's kind of like, yo, you know what, I'm like getting like a different message. I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's two different groups, but it could be like you attract what it is that you want, but you may like get really in your head about it and then end up like walking away from things. But the Eight of Cups only talks about walking away from things that no longer serve you. But it could also be that like you do attract like great partnerships, but because there's something that you're not dealing with, you end up pushing the other person away, and then it never ends up like leading to anything more. So that could be another thing. And then we have wedding rings with the union, wedding, married, soul connection, ethereal love, everlasting promise. So another reason why you keep ending up in situationships is because, I don't know. I'm like, bro, it's something it came and then it went. It's like you end up in situationships because it's like the reason why you end up in situationships is not because it's kind of like it ends up becoming a situationship and not progressing into more because you have a set idea of what it is that you want, and because that person doesn't, like, you want a higher level of commitment and you're looking for a certain thing out of a partnership. So the relationships always like don't last. It's more so why relationships don't last, and the reason why they don't last is because it's like you want more of a relationship and the people that you're interacting with can't provide you with that, so then you end up walking away. Pound number 2. Why does pound number 2 keep ending up in situationships? Yeah, date. It's like you end up in situationships because right now you're trying to figure out, you're invested in meeting like the one. Like you want to meet the person that's like that you're gonna end up with long term. Right now you're just dating and sorting through like different people and different options. So I think that's really what's going on. Pound number 2. That is pound number 2. Keep ending up in situations. You got 2 cards. We have Dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Yeah, so there's an aspect of you that's like needing to heal and overcome things of the past. So like that's why, I don't know, you're like walking away from things that don't serve you. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Yeah, it's like kind of like your perception of things. So like you may attract like good partners. Like at the bottom deck we have paradise, happiness. Look, and then we have the sun card. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. So this could even be a thing where you're attracting situationships because you're going through, you're dating different people to figure out like to find the one. And that could be why you're attracting situationships, because it's like just you dating and you going through the dating pool and figure out like who you're meant to be with and stuff like that. You know, it's not anything like too crazy. But it's also your perception, because there may be some people that are actually like decent people that you're attracting, but it's like somehow you're like pushing them away because there's an aspect of you that like needs to be healed. Pile number 2. Why is pile number 2 attracting situations? Why does pile number 2 keep ending up in situationships? Ooh, goat. Yeah. Then we have turkey. There's a need to just have fun and not like be too serious about things right now, especially if you're just like casually dating people. You have goat. You have puppet master. You have house cat. And you have, oh, you have a lot. You have spider and you have snake. Hold on, y'all, I'll be right. Alright, so I'm back. And I also read like on some of the cards to get like more details, and it's exactly what I was saying. So the goat talks about like being a stubbornness and like destructive patterns and behaviors, right? And then the puppet master talks about like creating illusions through like past traumas and like wounds and stuff like that, right? So a lot of the times it's like you attract like very positive situations, right? But it's kind of like you have these destructive patterns and like patterns of behaviors that like cause you to sabotage these things. It's kind of like you analyze it and get too much in your head, and you'll like start projecting things of like the past and trauma onto the situation. It's like you may, how we have the Queen of Swords here. It's like you may be approaching it too much from a logical standpoint instead of just like going with the flow and like having fun, especially because we have house cat. And house cat talks about like being young and wild and free. And then you have turkey at the bottom of the deck, which also talks about that. And underneath that we have boar, which also talks about being stubborn and self-destructive, like self-sabotaging, and literally talks about that. And the spider wants you to know that you can weave like your own reality, like you create your reality. So it's like the reason why you keep ending up in situationships is because you're not allowing the full potential of a relationships to play out, you know? Like that's what it's giving. But then lastly you have the snake. So it's like you're also healing and shedding different like parts of yourself. So you're coming out of these things like slowly but surely, right? And like as you like get into more situations and more relationships with people, it's like you heal like even more. So, and that's why you have the Eight of Cups, because the more in which you grow, the more in which things no longer fit you and no longer align with you. So it's like you're coming into contact with all these different people, and they're kind of teaching you more things about yourself and illuminating things, different wounds, and triggering you so you can grow and really transform, honestly. So yeah, it's like these, you end up in situationships because it's kind of like healing. It's helping you heal different aspects of yourself. Okay? And then let's get some advice. What advice do you have for pile number 2 when it comes to them ending up in situationships? Your commitment is being tested. Remember we had mentioned commitment earlier? So this is talking about when you keep ending up your advice is, when you end up in these different situationships, it's like, how committed and how dedicated are you to what it is you truly want? So if you do end up in a situationship, it's simply because I forgot what I was about to say. It's because you're settling. Yeah. There we go. It all came full circle. I'm like, it's something you're doing. Yes, precisely. And then the projections that you're doing and stuff, it could be you projecting that you can't have what it is that you want, and that the situation is not going to, that you can't create, like, manifest or bring in more or have what it is that you truly. It's the fact that you can, if you end up in a situationship, it's because you feel like you can't have exactly what it is that you desire. It's like that. So then you're settling, and then that's the destructive pattern happening, because it's like maybe a wound from the past. I'm like, bro, it gotta connect somehow. It always do. Yes, it's like, and they want you to let go of that wound. They want you to have fun, and they want you to be committed to what it is that you want, and they want you to be confident in knowing that you can create your reality, and they want you to be strict on your boundaries. That's what your advice is. Your commitment, anytime you end up in a situation, like, all your romantic life and the situations you're in is like testing how committed you are to what you say you want. And look, at the bottom deck we have, you're close, very close to achieving your goal. Exactly. So that's exactly why your commitment is being tested. These things are coming in to see how dedicated you are to the long-term goal that you say that you want. What it is you say that you want out of a relationship, you know? And I said that earlier when the wedding rings came out. I was like, you keep ending up in situationships because it's like you want. It's like, if you are in a situationship, it's like, I forgot what I was saying earlier, but it's because you're settling and not like focusing on what it is that you want in long term. And what you want in long term is literally marriage. That's what's coming out in the cards. Or I don't know if that's what you really want, but that's what this is saying. So yeah, okay. I hope I wrapped that up and made it make sense. That's what I have for you, part number 2. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Personal reading in the description below. And I'll see y'all in another video, okay? Bye, y'all. Alright. Pile number 3. Last but not least. Pile number 3. Last but not least. This is your reading if you chose the Galaxy Tarot deck. It's not called that, but that's what I call it, because I don't know what the name of it is, okay? Let's see. Pile number 3. Why does pile number 3 keep ending up in situationships? Guess we got a situationship. I guess we got a situation. Period. We have judgment call, awakening, epiphany, spiritual realization, renewal, rebirth, transformation, absolution, forgiveness. Okay. And then we have the 8 of Wands, acceleration, approaching goals, fast action, communication, incoming message, bring good news, unrestricted, accept. I don't know how to say that word anyways. Why does pile number 3 keep ending up in situationships? I'm gonna take this one too. Okay. We have 7 of Cups. That came out another pile. Ooh, decoy, superficiality. I don't think I really ever seen that word. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the World card. So this is kind of telling me that, like, you're wrapping this up. Like, you're whatever habits or patterns that keep leading you to end up to being in situationships, especially when you have judgment. It's like you end up in situationships because it's kind of like, I heard it's something you're not seeing, and so I don't know, we kind of need more information, because these cards are kind of like all over the place, but lack of unity. With the five of Wands can be such an unserious card. It's like just fighting just to fight. like just got all this energy and you just doing shit just to do it. That could be a thing. You can end up in situationships because like you want to manifest something, or you want to be in a situation that you so much so that like it may be very easy for you to manifest things, and especially like partnerships, right? Because you could be like a Libra or like a Taurus or something, or have like some type of like aspect like that prominent in your chart, like Venus, like something. And so it may be very easy for you to like manifest partnerships, but because it's like easy for you to manifest partnerships, sometimes the partnerships that you attract are not ones that are actually aligned with you, so then it leads to a lot of clashing and like a lot of illusions. Yeah, let's see, but let's really get into it. That could be the case, but I don't know, the energy is not very clear. Why does child number 3 keep ending up in situationships? I heard I don't do shit. Perception. We have sunglasses. We have watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Engagement ring. It says engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you're changing your perspective on relationships though. Let me get all the cards out though. Addiction. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You may be one of those people that like you want to be in a commitment, right? You want to be in a long-term commitment, you want to be committed to one person, but you may have this thing where yeah, it says codependent. That's what I was gonna say, where it's hard for you to be alone. And then that's why you'll be like, you're dedicated. This is, you know what you want, right? Especially with judgment here. You know what it is that you want. I just bend the card. But it's kind of like you have this codependent energy where it's like, you may be, yeah, fantasy. Because you want to be in a relationship, you may really desire to be in a relationship or a partnership, so much so that like you end up manifesting like people, that's what I'm saying, people that aren't aligned with you, because it comes from a place of like obsessively not wanting to be alone. Yeah, it says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. Yeah, that's what it's giving, like girl talk. Oh, you have two of them. You have healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier, girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Yeah, that's more so like advice. It's kind of like, but you're coming out of this. It's like as if, let me tell you what it's giving. It's giving this is energy of the past. It may have recently been happening or like not, but it's giving that you have had this habit where you like jump into situations because you just don't want to be alone, and then you end up like not getting along with the person, like ends up like just not being a situation that like works for you. If you do end up in situationships, it comes from a place of codependency. But it's like you're getting a second chance to try again and to come out of this energy. It's like you're with the world card, that's what I was saying. It's like you're coming out of this cycle of, that's what all like the pals really got. It's like they're coming out of the cycle of like being in situationships, which is really good. But yeah, it's like now you're making healthy choices and you're choosing to just live in the moment and to be single and like be happy with being single and not like feeling like it's a burden. You have at the bottom deck ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, exactly, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. That's what I'm saying. You literally have the same thing at the bottom deck. You have fulfillment, completion, triumph, assured success, consummation, celebration, wholeness, contentment, open, a new chapter, and travel. That's what I'm saying. Like you stepping into something new though. This is like energy of the past. Oh look, these two cards fell out. You have skunk and you have salamander. So yeah, and then we have Cardinal, which talks about like your ancestors and having your spirit team around you, looking out for you and rooting for you. With Skunk, it talks about having alternative solutions. So you could end up in situations, that's what I'm saying, you end up in situationships because it's like something that you feel like you're lacking. It's like a void that you are filling with these like relationships, situationships. And so it's kind of like now you're stepping into finding like other solutions to fulfill that void. So you may have a void of like needing emotional intimacy, and you may have like sought out like romantic relationships in order to get that, but now you're like seeking that fulfillment through like your friendships, you know. And then Salamander, you're only investing into things that like make you feel truly like passionate and like light your spark, and that makes you feel like fulfilled on like a desire and passion level, you know. You may be a fire sign, Aries specifically, but maybe a fire sign. Even Leo's here too. And like there's just a need to have that. That's why like the 5 of like Wands is here, because it's like that need to have that that passion, you know. But the people in which you've attracted, it's like it ends up being like something else. So it's like you're finding a way to fulfill that desire to have like that passion, that like burning like desire fulfilled, without any like being with like people that don't align with you. Pile number 3. What advice do you have for pile number 3 when it comes to why they keep ending up in situationships? Or what advice do you have for them when it comes to them ending up in situationships? I knew, I was gonna say, I feel like an Aries card is gonna come out, and it did. But you have this card, which came out in another pile. Nothing is yet set in stone. So this energy is still something that like you're working through. So right now you just have to focus on making healthy choices in life and living in the moment and having fun. But you have at the bottom deck new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So yeah, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So when it's new moon in Aries, time to take action, it's time for you to act on your passions and your desires and move away from romantic relationships at this time. Focus on your friendships and just like being young and tender, okay? Period. We have 1616, pile number 3. That's what I have for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. We got personal readings description below, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Okay, bye y'all.